The first payments of the expanded child tax credit have hit families' bank accounts. It's a guaranteed income for the year for low-income families. Eligible parents could get as much as $3,600 for a child 6 or under and $3,000 for older children. Parents will receive monthly direct deposits from the government instead of a lump sum at tax time. The IRS said Wednesday more than 35 million families have already been sent their payments. This is critical for addressing income inequality in this country and child poverty. Experts say the credit could cut child poverty in half. Most families don't have to do anything to get the payments because the IRS already has their tax returns, information on file. Families who haven't filed their returns need to register to get the money. The expanded credit is temporary. President Biden's American Families Plan would continue those payments through 2025. Biden and Democrats are pushing to make that credit permanent.
That would be a good idea. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Do you think that'll help? I think that'll help. I just do. I just have this, sneaking suspicion that getting a check in your bank account today for $300 for a child under the age of 6 or $250 if your kid's between 6 and 17 will help people buy back to school clothing, will help people take a vacation this summer, will help people send their kids to camp or get a tutor or pay for childcare. Now, I will say that if you don't have children yet, you're too late. Maybe next year if they make it permanent. So isn't this an anti-abortion policy, isn't it? I say it is. Because, and the Republicans are going to scream, oh, they're incentivizing people to have children. Wait a minute. So you just want to arrest people? You want to penalize people? You want to shame people for not being able to afford to have children and choosing not to have them? But when they do have them, you don't want to support them. And if we do, then you're going to scream and yell that it's socialism or that it's free money. Okay. Well, if you start the process now, and by that I mean of having children, you've got a good 9 months or more, or maybe a little less, depending on your physical ability. But the good news is we do want to make the program permanent. So get to it, everybody. Get to it. What are you listening to me for? Go have the best 13 seconds of your life. And in 9 months, get a check. Listen, truly, these payments will cut child poverty in half. You have 39 million households. They estimate that is over 60, 70 million children who will have a better shot at life because of this. So while we're winding down the war in Afghanistan with a plan, by the way, to help our Afghan allies get the hay out of there before the Taliban executes them for being traitors, to the Taliban and helping the United States. So while we're very busy coming up with plans to move those forces that were friendly to us, that translated for us, that were helpful to us, and ending the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, we're very busy waging a war on poverty, which is what we set out to do in the 60s. How many years ago was that? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, 6 decades ago. Now, the IRS will send out these checks, and you probably have them already in automatic deposits to at least 60 million American kids. It's already showing up in people's bank accounts. If you did not file, you're still eligible. If you made too little money to file your taxes, you're eligible anyway, which previously you were not, for a child tax credit. This, by the way, will not count towards your income if you receive other benefits. If you receive Medicare or Medicaid, if you receive EBT cards. No, this doesn't go towards your income, so it will not affect any other benefits that you're currently due or collecting for your family. The money is showing up in people's bank accounts today, but again, if you didn't file electronically or you never filed taxes because you just never made enough money, you need to go to irs.gov, and there is a non-filer tool You just fill it out, and you will get your check by mail, or if you choose, you can get the check electronically. Now, you can also choose. I hate giving people too many choices. But you can also choose not to get paid monthly. You can choose to get one lump sum at the end of the year. It is up to you. About 1 million people of the 39 million households that are getting the monthly, about 1 million of them chose to get it in one lump sum. It's up to you, but check it out, everybody. You may already be a winner. And if you are a winner today, it's because Joe Biden was the winner back in November. And never, ever forget that there are Republicans all over this country that are working feverishly to deny that win to you, to Joe Biden, and to these families that are receiving checks today to help them buy back to school clothes. Just don't forget, government can work. It can actually work. The IRS website, not so sure. You'll tell me how it works, because while Democrats are very good at governing and Republicans are very good at not governing and complaining about government, it's what they do. Why? Because they want those tranches of money to stay in the Treasury, tax dollars that we pay. They want it to stay there so that they can then transfer it in massive, massive tax bills to the richest Americans, to their donors. And then when we're governing and making sure that that doesn't happen, and that government is working for you, the American taxpayer, for you, the American family, for you, the working man, right? While we're very busy doing that, they stand there and criticize the amount of money we spend when we take it out and give it to you. When they take it out and give it to their donors, deficits don't matter. Remember that. When they transferred all this wealth, and the one thing that Donald Trump signed into law, which was his tax cuts for the wealthy, he said deficits don't matter. They all said deficits don't matter. Every single one of the Republicans said deficits didn't matter, and that's why the Tea Party imploded. But it's back now as insurrectionists. Okay, we'll talk about that, because this book that came out from Carol Leonnig, I don't know if you know who you read in the newspapers by name, but there are certain reporters whose names you should know. Philip Rucker is one. Carol Leonnig is another one. That they write for the Washington Post. They were the authors of a previous book about Donald Trump called A Very Stable Genius, and now they have a new one out called I Alone Can Fix It, which focuses on the last few weeks of Donald Trump's presidency. It's really hair-raising. It's unbelievable how many people participated in this book with these reporters. You're talking 140 people, from senior Trump administration officials to close family and friends, and of course the military. General Milley obviously cooperated with this book and sat down for interviews, because he's quoted widely throughout this book, as are other senior White House officials who were there. These are firsthand accounts of what went on and how close we came to freaking a coup, nuclear war, and Donald Trump just declaring that he won in spite of all evidence to the contrary. It's hair-raising, this book. You know, I know that a lot of people don't like to read a lot of stuff a lot of the time. I would suggest that we all read this one, and that we all read it together, because all we have right now are the excerpts. There was a very long one yesterday. I put it in the homework section yesterday. So randyrhodes.com, click on homework. You know it's free, right? And you can begin to read one of the chapters, and then today, another release from it. That is hair-raising.